Hi everybody, here we are again, and it's a Mangrove Jack's Craft Series Hazy IPA, recipe number 19, here to talk about it. It's one pouch in a pouch. That's all I'm going to say. It's pouch in a pouch in a pouch in a pouch in a pouch. Cut that bit off to put on the barrel and the fermenter, not necessarily in that order. So what comes in the kit comes in a pouch, just cut open, and then you've got the pouch in a pouch system that you stick in hot water. It came with Hazy IPA yeast, 16 grams, Mangrove Jack's. Chuck it in the bin, it's been in hot water. It came with a sheet. Oh, instructions, yeah. Didn't bother opening that, just did it as usual. And it also comes with, oh, no, that's how much you need to do. Net weight, there we go. 2.5 kilos of pre-hopped malt extract. It says 6.8%. Oh. It also came with Hazy IPA hops, 50 grams. Does it mention? It mentions the dry hop, so it's the dry hop stage, which I did use. Citra hops, 25 grams. Mosaic hops, 15 grams. Simcoe hop, 10 grams. That gives you the 50 grams total. You also need to use, to get 6.8%, you need to use a kilo of brewing sugar. Sorry, dextrose stroke brew enhancer, or 1.4 kilos of brew enhancer, because brew enhancer has some body to it as well. Yeah. It also comes with some instructions on the back. Didn't read those either. Let's have a look at those facts and figures. Now, he's not written it down, but I know I didn't use a kilo of sugar. I was going to use 500 grams, I think, and then missed it and went 600 grams instead. Because, oh, you can't go backwards, no. And I can't do a bit of a middle figure, no. He's got to do on the 100 mark, because I'm a bit special. Yeah. So I'm fairly sure it was 600 grams of sugar that I used. Starting gravity was 1054 at 17 degrees C. So that is in a little bit high. 500 grams would have probably been better, but I missed 500 grams, didn't I? I had to go, instead of putting some back in the sugar bag, I put more in. Dickhead. Right. Well, stop digressing. So the final gravity, it was quite high, because you would expect it to be 1.018 at 19 degrees C, which gave an approximate ABV of 4.8913. So not the 6.8 that it suggested. Just less alcohol, so better in my book. Would have been better with 500 grams. I'll stop harking on about that. Cost of the kit was £26.95. Now I put £1.50 down for sugar, but it weren't £1.50, were it? No, because I only did 600 grams. Not changing it, because if you use brew enhancer, we're going to go for a middle figure here. The total cost would be approximately £28.45, £28.50, giving an approximate price per pint of 71.125 pence per pint. So let's have a look at it. As you may have noticed, you can produce a head, but it doesn't stick it. By the time you've drunk it all at a reasonable pace, it doesn't even hold a ring. Now, it does say it's a hazy IPA, and yeah, it's clearish. It's not crystal clear, it's a little bit hazy. Not happy with that. I tried doing an iodine test on it. I'll do that in another video. So it's not starch that's in there. It's not a starch haze. That's one of the first things that you could do wrong while brewing a beer. Not from a kit. You can't change what they've done. When you're brewing from mash, you could produce a starch haze by not getting rid of all the starch. But I've done the iodine test, and the iodine test said no starch in that beer, no. So it could possibly be, and this is more likely, a protein haze. And that means they've not bloody boiled the bastard. A little harsh, maybe. They might have boiled it, not long enough. Likely to be a protein haze. Nothing settles out. As usual, I added my finding agents. So it's not a yeast haze. A yeast, and if you left, and I've left some in the bottom, a yeast haze would settle out just about. It's not a yeast haze, so it must be a protein haze. Flaw in the brewing process. Not my brewing process. All I do is add sugar, ferment it, serve it. So what does it look like apart from cloudy? I'm going to stop ranting now. It's a pale gold colour. Let's give it a sniff. There's a fruity, tropical nose. Mango, I think. I'm not big on my tropical fruits, I have to confess. Mango I've tried. I do try fruits occasionally, but he doesn't do a lot of fruit. No, not fruity like that. Possibly mango, and maybe a little bit of maltiness, a beery sort of malty, fruity smell. Whack it down, the laughing tackle. There's an upfront sweetness and fruitiness. It's the same. maybe mango fruitiness. Let's see if there's any sort of tasting notes. And there's a maltiness going on. It's mostly fruitiness. That sort of mango, fruity. A slight biscuit note as well, maybe. See if there's any sort of, yeah, there are tasting notes. A fresh and punchy hazy IPA with tropical citrus. Not really getting any citrus, which is good. Not a huge citrus fan. And stone fruit notes. I have no idea what a stone fruit tastes like. Balanced with moderate bitterness and a smooth finish. Pours hazy amber with a white head that doesn't stick around. It does have a white head when it pours, but as you can see, it's barely got a ring by now. Yeah. Moderate, yeah, it's got a nice gentle bittering. They say moderate, gentle. That's actually quite good. It'd be better if it weren't hazy. Note, I'm not a hazy person. Mangrove Jacks, brew it better next time. Don't do it hazy. Same flavours, not hazy. Yeah, it's okay. I would say it's a solid 3. No watery gaps. Quite a sweet upfrontness with that fruitiness, and then it does have that mid-range sort of maltiness, sort of like a biscuit flavour, pale malt type flavour, and it's got a gentle bittering that lasts all the way through. You don't detect it as much up front, but as the sweetness dies down, you realise it's been there all along. 71p a pint. I am having to reevaluate my prices because prices have gone up. Definitely 3 stars. Definitely not 5 stars. I think it just creeps in at a 4. So 4 stars out of 5. Right, like, comment and subscribe. See you next time. Cheers. Bye.
Wake up